Welcome. In front of me is a OnePlus Pad Go, and today I will show you how you can bypass the Google verification on this phone, or tablet. Now, on the tablet side you can see that it's right now just kind of loading. In a second we will be able to see that the device is locked with the verification pattern and Google account, and we also can see this little lock icon. So this is just loading up, so you can see that it is obviously locked. Now, while this is doing whatever, another thing that we will need is a secondary phone or tablet. Anything that is running Android will be good. I do want to though clarify a little bit. So what we will need is an application called Clone Phone. So just to kind of showcase this right now, I'm gonna set this to the side. We can do that right now, assuming you already have a phone that you can utilize for this. You want to navigate into the Play Store, that's why we need an Android. And in here, search for Clone Phone. Clone Phone, there we go. And there will be one made by OnePlus, so there it is. Click on it and then select Install. Now this application does require the device to be able to draw over other applications, which is an Android feature. Now the reason I'm mentioning that is because some phones, very cheap ones, will have this disabled as they don't have enough RAM to kind of support that, or processing power to do this kind of thing. So by default this will be turned off, and you cannot like turn it on even when an application requires it. And such a devices, even though it's an Android, this device specific one wouldn't work, as it wouldn't be able to just run this application and give it all the permissions that it needs, which you do need to grant it all the permissions that it needs, otherwise you just can't use it. So just clarifying it, in theory every Android device should work, but the cheaper ones sometimes will be limiting the features which the applications require, and such a device won't work. So just grab the different one. Anyway, once your OnePlus application is or phone clone downloaded, you can open it up and then select agree and continue. Whenever it pops up with the settings, just click on the settings, toggle it on, whatever it shows up here, and then go back. Again, settings, toggle on, go back. Start migrating, settings, find the application, so Clone Phone. Now, Samsung does kind of like highlight it so you can see it, but other devices do not. So just when you have a list of applications, find the Clone Phone app and then toggle it on and go back. Okay. Insufficient battery, well, that's a bit, let's see if I can plug it in. Can I go further? So it's charging right now, and oh, yep, I can. No, I don't have enough cable to kind of do this, but I guess we can just see it here. There's another toggle there. I'm just gonna toggle it on and go back. Let me just try to get the cable out. Okay, there we go. Got the cable out, so we can now do it normally. Anyway, here, once it shows up with this kind of thing, it wants access to camera, as we will be using camera to scan the QR code on this device once it shows up, or once we toggle it on. Anyway, so select while using the app, and then allow, basically allow everything. Clone Phone requires a location. Okay, we're gonna enable that while using the app, and there we go. There's the QR scanner. So we can now set this device to the side. I'm gonna actually keep it semi in the view. Now let's move over to our other device, and here you can see we do have the pattern, so you need to kind of draw the correct pattern to unlock it, and obviously this video is designed to show you how you can bypass this without verifying it. But I do want to just show that it is locked, so that's pattern, and here is the Google account. Now with that being said, to get started, if you are at the very beginning of the setup, progress forward through the setup till you get to the connect to Wi-Fi page, sign into your network. So you want to be connected, which I am, and the reason you need to be connected for this is just to kind of showcase it. If I press on the eye icon on a non-connected network, it just gives me things like join network, signal strength, and security. If I do the same thing for the connected network though, it gives me much more options, like for instance disconnect, forget, share, which we'll be utilizing, and along with a bunch of other information here. So that's why you need to connect to a network. Now from there, click on share. Now I do kind of want to move this off the screen a little bit and click on the share button right here. Okay. Now the reason I'm doing that is because it is showing the password right under my hand along with the QR code. So I just kind of want to hide that. Now in here at the bottom you have the quick share. You want to click on that. select continue, and then click on the three dots in the corner here, go to settings. Right here below you will find this blue text, learn more about quick share. So you want to click on it, and again we're going to now click on the three dots, and we're going to now select share article. I'm going to lock this device though. There we go. So once you select share article, you have a couple options which you can utilize to share. We want to open up Chrome, so that's what we're going to click on. Now when you do this the first time around, it actually won't work, so we're going to select while using the app, and you can see nothing happened. When you click on it again, it will now close it up. So we're going to go again, share article, and again we're going to select Chrome. And this time around, it actually opens up Chrome. Now in the search bar, you wanted to type in HardReset.Info/bypass. Like so. So you can see the link right here that you need to navigate to. Next, we're gonna scroll down to settings. And here on the side panel, you wanna scroll down to, I believe it's going to be additional settings, though I am just trying to figure it out. Yep, additional settings, backup and reset, backup and migrate. Let me just quickly make sure this is where I need to be. Okay, yeah, so we're gonna select clone tablet. Now I got kind of confused right here because typically it says clone phone. Well, here it's saying clone tablet. This is a tablet, but the application is called clone phone. That's where my confusion came from. But anyway, that's what we're gonna select, clone tablet. And then we want to select that this is a new device. And again, anything that pops up, just allow. Next, migrate data from other Android. And there's our QR code. So now grabbing our phone, the second one that we have access to, again, we can just now point the camera at the QR code like so. Should connect to it, come on. Come on. So I'm gonna close this because it's kind of not doing anything. Let's try it again. There we go. So now these devices will connect to each other. You can see that happening right now. So yeah, we are now connected. It's still loading data on here. There we go, it finished. So next, we just want to deselect everything by clicking right here in the corner and then select apps. Just tap on the apps text, not the checkbox. And in here, find application that has the smallest size. So that can be megabytes, like whatever smallest megabytes you can find, or even kilobytes, which Facebook is in kilobyte size. So that will be the smallest size. Now, application wise, it doesn't matter which one you select. If you don't have Facebook on your phone visible, don't worry, just select anything else. You can see the sizes right here. So for instance, Clock has 56 megabytes. That will be good enough. LinkedIn, again, that probably won't count by default, but this one is actually big. So yeah, look for something that is in tens of megabytes or even kilobytes. If it says kilobytes, that's smaller, that's going to be better. So that's why I chose Facebook. Anyway, click on the check mark and then select Start Migrating. This will now begin transferring over this application to this tablet. And on the phone side, it already finished transferring it, and the tablet is now just kind of installing it, and it failed, which is fine. Again, just kind of showcasing this, transfer complete. So this phone is done. We don't need it for anything else. I can get rid of it. Now moving on to the tablet itself, like I said, for me it failed. That's fine. For you it might say that it succeeded or failed. It doesn't matter. It's still, the bypass itself has succeeded so far. So we're gonna click on Done, and you will see that we are now past the verification portion of the setup. So here we can select a screen lock. Now we don't want to choose any kind of screen lock at the moment. We just want to select Skip and then Later. And go to next page by selecting Done and get started. Again, we're still not done with the bypass. I do want to point that out. There's one last thing that we need to do to fully unlock the device and get rid of the protection. We just circumvented it at the moment, but we still need to remove it completely. And to remove it, we're going to navigate again to the settings. And in here, you want to scroll down again to the additional settings. Scroll down again and select Backup and Reset. And this time around, you want to select Reset Device. Erase all data, and then press on the button once more to begin the factory reset of the device. Now, for people that might be interested why we didn't do that before, or people that might be just watching this to see it first time and then think that they're gonna skip some steps and do this quicker, this will not work if we did have access to the settings before, where we selected the backup tablet option, or restore tablet, I guess. So the reason I'm pointing that out is because we could have technically gone there and select reset, but the way Android works is if you were to perform a reset of the device when the device is still in what it considers a setup state, even though we accessed settings, it still considered itself to be in a setup, this would not have worked. The device will go back to being locked and you would have done absolutely nothing. But once the device is set up like it is right now, and you do a reset of the device through settings, it removes everything, as the device considers the user to be just a legit user that should have access to the device in order to be able to reset it. So if you can, for instance, use a screen lock or whatever to access this portion, you should have no problem being able to reset. And even though the protection is still somewhere in the system, like the Google account and other stuff, when you're doing this reset through settings, the device just checks what we have right here. So in things like the user and accounts, and there's nothing here. So it checks, it has no screen lock, it has no Google accounts. You want to reset it, that's fine. It's just going to do a full reset and remove everything, which, like I said before, includes the protection that is still on this device. And that is the last step that you want to take, as this will then fully unlock your tablet. Now, I'm not going to go over this reset on the video, just because it is just a straight up normal reset. I'll be recording this kind of reset as a separate video for people that might be interested to just see me go through it and see that it functioned. But to be honest, once you just go through the reset device, this, and then press on that again, that's done. You're finished with the reset, and then once you have your setup screen, just go to the setup in whatever way you want. It's fully unlocked at that point. Like I said, for people that just want to see this, I will do this as a separate video, as just a simple reset for people that might be interested in just resets themselves. Now, anyway, with that being said, hopefully you found this video helpful, and if you did, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and thanks for watching.